Come check out the new vehicle on the podium. You can win it with just a spin on the lucky wheel. What's the point of winning if you don't spend it? The hottest fashions are available now at the casino store.
What can I fix for you? You got it.
Anybody selling any blow? What's with you people, huh? Right, drinking fucking mocktails.
There you go.
Don't touch anything, dear. They'll charge you for it. Look anyone in the eye, or you know they'll expect a tip.
See you again.
Just take me home.
That we will learn. I mean, I'm old, so
well, that's what I'm here for, right?
I don't know how I'll do it, but I have young friends like you, Claire, and we're going to figure out how to try to bring this to 100 million homes in America. We're going to share how many things we can get into. And, I mean, I do this and teach skilling, cooking, sewing. Sewing is first. Cooking, sewing, basic building.
Yeah, carpentry, kids. I mean, also even just basic survival skills. How many American children people don't know how to make a fire, right? Like that's a basic survival skill that got humanity to where it is, and many of them don't even understand how to do such a thing. So I went to the farm school. I started making a documentary series about the farm school 3 years ago. We're kind of soft launching it, talking about it now, and nothing's released quite yet. We're going to show you guys the trailer soon, but I do have to say that even as an adult who, as a kid, I grew up in rural Mississippi, I knew a lot about homesteading, and I found out I didn't really know anything. Most of the 6-year-olds there knew more than I did, and I learned a lot being there. So, Lee, before we go, how can people find you? Are you on social media and stuff?
Well, okay, we are on Instagram, and we do have an account. It's called Meadows Bee, and then our farm program is called Young Farmer Starts.
Young Farmer
So
Starts.
you can find us. I mean, we're getting better. Yeah, we're working on it. With your help, Claire.
Also, I did make a landing page for our documentary series, so if you go to watchmeadowsbee.com, you can sign up for our email list, and we can send you updates. We have actually a couple things in the shop there where you can buy. For Christmas coming up, there's a couple, sewing tutorials, really cute kind of stuff for beginner sewing things. So yeah, you guys should definitely check it out. We are gonna play the trailer.
This was meant just like the other one. Everywhere around the world, people take care of themselves. Only in America.
Flower bees. It's their entire life's work that they accept to this. And your friends, we can get the same one. Teaching hands work comes from how actually work. Say that it's not a good education. They won't say it. See, it's better here once we're
farming, antibiotic, vaccine. So I devoted the first 10 years or so of my career to documenting filmmaking, exposing the vaccine industry in margin. I've been doing so many films since 2002, for thousands of children with vaccines. 1986 Act, which was administered by the pharmaceutical industry that gained liability against vaccine against and I just wanted to for their president to give that push fast forward, and that is being far this facing texting coming early next year. So if you want to go and sign up there, shop joining me right now is Sarah Doe, which I'm very happy to have you here today. So Sarah Doe is actually out of school for not defined go into this but tell us a little bit about what your life is like. Lovely part of my business. Probably one of her first live interviews that I was having. Enjoying her sports. Every time Sarah Joe tried the vaccinations, I had seen the health issue experience to describe that as was that obviously it's not how did your life change? So ever since the vaccines, my life has
Folks, remember, don't wait for the guy in your attack. Garbage don't creep on it. Choose a complete 10-piece system with 2 pieces, crazy payments for $33. But it gets even better. Now, upgrade your X5 package. This bonus doesn't change what you want. Its value will over $3. This extra bonus attachment makes your H2O X5 the H2O X6. That means your 10-piece system becomes a 12-piece system at no extra cost to you. If after 30 days you're not absolutely delighted, send it back for a full refund of the purchase price. Don't wait. Now's your chance to own the X5 for just 4 easy payments. And we'll make the first payment for you. You get the X5 incredible 5-in-1 lightweight, powerful 12-piece steam cleaning system, a $500 value, all for just 3 easy payments of $43. This offer can't last forever, so call or click right now.
All right, so we're coming back out of the break. We have Sarah Doe with us. She was just talking to us about her vaccine injury. Before we talk with her, I actually wanted to mention something that I didn't talk about much, which is that I lived in Mississippi, who did not have religious exemptions for vaccines for kids in school. So I was homeschooled in
What the
5th grade.
fuck?
And in 5th grade, I was caught up. I had 5 shots in one day and experienced what would be diagnosed as POTS. As a young person, I couldn't stand without my vision blacking out. I bruised easily. I couldn't run on the playground anymore. I had no energy. I would frequently faint. There was a lot of issues that I had, and to explain to a kid that, hey, I was healthy, and then I wasn't healthy, and this thing happened. I got this medical treatment. Just because it's a vaccine, all of a sudden, we completely dismiss it, right? Oh, well, that can't be that. It's safe and effective. Well, it's not safe and effective. If you look at the vaccine inserts, all of these side effects are on the vaccine inserts. Doctors won't tell you that, but the pharmaceutical companies will on their product packages. So, that's my background. So I know where you're coming from. I wanted to talk a little bit about some of your experiences. So Sarah shared with me that she has chronic Lyme disease now. She's been hospitalized twice, had severe kidney issues. She was septic. She almost died following vaccination. And despite all these side effects you've experienced, have you found any doctors that have been able to help you in any way?
So, no, but we keep looking for when they hopefully they can help us.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about you caught up on shots throughout school. Were you ever able to finish getting caught up?
So we had to take a break because after I got all those shots, my arms started having reactions, and I wasn't able to play the sports anymore because of my arms. So we had to take a break from that, and then starting last year, I moved to a different school, and the school nurse there looked at my chart and noticed that I didn't have one of the heavy vaccines, but I had 2 of them, and I just needed 1 more. And so she
Told the administration, and so on so forth. Yeah. So what did that look like? Was it letters to your parents, and and then you said, look, you have to get the shot.
Yeah.
You can't go back to school.
No, yeah. And so knowing my mom, she kept fighting, and she just told us, she said, I'm just going to keep going to doctors and just keep getting medical exemptions until you finally accept it. And they never did.
Right.
Yeah.
So then you guys went through a court case to argue that, hey, this is defying our religious beliefs or medical needs. And so I know it's kind of tough for you, hopefully, to give me specifics on legal updates. But didn't you guys win something?
Yeah, so we made case law, and we won federal court, and that put me back into school. But the fight's still not over. I'm still not fully done with being back in school. They tried to put me back in the 10th grade, and my mom fought it again. So they didn't tell me that. But
so what's it been like for you? I mean, friends in school, and
yeah.
How do your peers feel about it? Are they like, oh no, vaccine?
So the peers don't my peers don't really they're
don't really care, like, they don't really know about it, but some of the kids, they do make fun of me, but I don't let that bother me. I know, yeah. Yeah, but I've been making a lot of, like, new friends, and it's been amazing this school year. It's so amazing to be back.
Back in school, which is your right. Are you in a public school? Yeah, so your family pays taxes for you to go to school, and they're being denied the right to education because she's missing one vaccine, which, by the way, is very difficult to spread hepatitis B.
Also, if you have active Hep B, you still can go to school.
Okay, so if you have an active Hep B infection, you can still go to school, but if you don't have the vaccine, you can't come here. Tell me how that makes sense. Listen, Sarah, how can people find info about your court case? Which, by the way, Children's Health Defense is helping with, right? Yeah. So Children's Health Defense is helping defend Sarah Doe as part of our legal litigation department. Very proud to be helping Sarah Doe as much as we can. But do you know, how can people follow you or learn more about your story and follow and help you? Do you have like Instagram? I have Instagram. Okay. I have TikTok. We're allowed to give her information out. So
Maybe I'll make like a
yeah, maybe a public account or something like that. Listen, before we go, Sarah, I know that I see how you are. You are very strong, young lady. You are composing yourself, not getting bogged down in the details, or playing a victim mentality, but you're fighting truth. But I want our guests to be able to connect with you in a way that, like, I'm sure they have children. How can you describe what has been taken away from you? Why is it that you have to be going through this right now? If you could describe to me what it's been like for you emotionally. Has it been tough?
very tough. As soon as I got kicked out of school, I didn't realize like how bad it was to actually not be in school, and just sitting in my bed every day, seeing other kids be able to go to school and not being able to go to school. I wondered, what's wrong with me? Why can't I go to school? And it was just that time in my life was all blank because I don't.
And it's okay to be emotional about it. It is, because you deserve to be. And you've been strong for a very long time. Posse, send her some love. Pray for her court case. We want to help her as much as we can. When we take the break, I'm going to give this awesome young lady a hug. Because what happened to you is discriminatory. You were not able to continue to be vaccinated, and even if you didn't want to have those vaccines at all, that's no one's business. You should have been able to go to school. And that is not fair to put that pressure on a 15-year-old, not to call you a child, but on a 15-year-old child. That's absolutely ridiculous. Like I said, Posse, pray for Sarah Doe, send her some love. Sign up for the email updates on childrenshealthdefense.org, and you can probably learn more about her court case there. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon. We're going to take a short break.
Okay, you're going to steal a diamond shipment from Angelico Fine Jewelry. Our client wants these rocks, but she won't pay retail price. I think we can help.
At Book a Limo, we're more than a team. We're a family dedicated to your perfect ride.
From our website to mobile app booking, our AI technology is top-notch and with you in mind.
I'm honored to be the friendly voice to kick off your experience. Booking a ride has never been easier.
I choose Book a Limo for a VIP experience on every ride.
Once your destination, Book a Limo any car anywhere.
I'm a J6er. I spent 1,143 days in prison. J6er, and I spent 3 months in jail and about a year in prison. I spent 4 years out of the 18 seconds in prison. J6ers have been smeared and defamed by the media, persecuted by the government, and treated like terrorists.
Reality, J6ers are patriotic men and women, mothers, fathers, sisters, and brothers from all walks of life.
Stand in the Gap was founded to stand in the gap for J6ers working to rebuild their lives after being incarcerated.
We need your help.
For just $10 or more, you're helping these patriots get mental, physical, and spiritual health.
Please scan the QR code or go to j6support.com to donate $10 or more to support these American patriots.
Every dollar you give is being matched up to $50,000, doubling your impact. Go now to j6support.com and donate today.
J6er, I spent 1,143 days in prison. About a year in prison, 4 years out of an 18-year sentence in prison. J6ers have been treated like terrorists, and we need your help.
Stand in the Gap was founded to stand in the gap for J6ers working to rebuild their lives after being incarcerated.
For just $10 or more, you can help these patriots get back on their feet again.
Please scan the QR code to donate $10 or more to support these American patriots.
Thank you for standing in the gap.
This is the primal scream of a dying regime. Pray for our enemies, because we're going to make evil on these people. You're not got a free shot at all these networks lying about the people. The people have had a belly full of it. I know you don't like hearing that. I know you're trying to do everything in the world to stop it, but you're not going to stop it. It's going to happen.
And where do people like that go to share the big lie? MAGA media.
I wish in my soul, I wish that any of these people had a conscience. Ask yourself, what is my task and what is my purpose? If that answer is to save my country, this country will be saved for me.
Stephen K. Bannon.
What is up? Jeez.
All right, we are live from the Children's Health Defense Conference. My name is Claire Dooley. I'm a documentary filmmaker. We're going to jump to our next segment sometime soon, but before we do, I wanted to talk with our friend from All Family Pharmacy. Hi, good to see you. Good morning.
Hi, Claire. How are you?
I'm doing great. So I want to talk a little bit about All Family Pharmacy. This is actually one of my first times hosting the past 2 days, and I hadn't heard of you guys before. And when they sent me your info, I looked it up, and it looks like an incredible work what you guys are doing. So I want to hear a little bit more about how everything started and what you guys are able to offer, and what the posse can do.
Okay, yeah. So All Families Pharmacy started roughly about 2019, 2020. We're a small business, family-owned pharmacy. We started during the COVID era, and we started fulfilling prescriptions for ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, different antibiotics, inhalers, nebulizers, everything that people needed for COVID that traditional primary care physicians were just refusing to prescribe for their patients. And we decided to start listening to our patients on what their needs were. And we actually developed a pretty unique platform where we put the pharmacy and the telemedicine together as one, so that our patients had easy and quick access to medications that are safe and effective that people use in their everyday lives, whether it's for flu, for COVID, for a sinus infection, or just traditional seasonal allergies. And that's how we became a big player in this game for the pharmaceutical industry, just fighting against big pharma and the vaccines, and not giving people another opportunity to acquire medications instead of going the vaccine route during flu season, so that they're comfortable. A lot of our patients are a little bit older. They're a little bit more weary during flu season. They don't want to go to their regular pharmacies while people are getting tested for COVID and flu. And we can just ship it directly to them in their mail at a very low price.
Yeah, that's really incredible, Michael. I worked on the facts for the CHD bus. We traveled the country and we interviewed thousands of people about their experiences during COVID, and that was a really common theme, was that doctors would not prescribe medications that the American frontline doctors were saying they were treating patients with COVID. They were successful with those treatments, but in a small rural area, they didn't have access to these medications like hydroxychloroquine or ivermectin. So knowing that you guys are out there and doing this is really incredible. Can you give us the website, tell us a little bit more? And also, isn't there a possibility for, people can get on, they get connected with a medical professional, and they're able to receive a prescription, and then it comes in the mail. And from what I hear, it's pretty fast shipping, which is awesome.
So we try to make it as quick as possible. So our processing days are anywhere between 1 and 4 business days, depending. Traditionally speaking, we're 1 and 2 business days. When we get into the heart of flu season, sometimes it gets a little bit difficult. But we do offer overnight shipping before 3 p.m., where we guarantee that our physician will contact you or write your prescription as long as the order is entered in before 3 p.m. Eastern time, and then you can get it next day before 12:30 p.m. Wherever you live. So we try to make it as fast as possible. We're not Amazon. We can't do same day. There are regulatory processes that we have to go to. We still do need licensed doctors to prescribe these medications, which is what we work with. They are like-minded physicians. And after having my conversation with Steve Bannon yesterday, you guys actually have quite a few pharmacists and physicians who are like-minded, like our doctors, and have reached out to us via email, which is awesome to see. There's not just a few people out there. There's a lot more individuals who have these thought processes like we do, and we're giving people easy access to the medications as long as it's safe and effective, and as long as it comes from a licensed physician, which we work with.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, having access to medications like that when you live in a rural area or even in an area where you don't have access to a doctor who is interested in exploring alternative treatments, I think is an option that a lot of Americans deserve to have. So, yeah, I definitely would love for you guys to check out allfamilypharmacy.com. I think we have a /Bannon, and I think that will give you 10% off or something like that.
Bannon
Is that
10
correct,
coupon
Michael?
code. Yeah, Bannon 10 coupon code will give you 10% off your order. I do know that we're going to be running a Veterans Day sale probably Monday or Tuesday of next week. We'll probably run it for 1 or 2 days, possibly 3. That way people can save even more money. Just if you want to wait till Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday, we'll release that sale as well. But yeah, Bannon 10 will save you 10% off right now.
All right, you heard them, Bannon. You heard Michael. Bannon 10 will give you 10% off right now. Go to allfamilypharmacy.com /Bannon. Michael, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All right. So joining us now, sitting next to me, is Solomon Schmidt. Solomon Schmidt is a fantastic young author who is totally what I would say posse coded. I met Solomon at a Maha Action event in DC and was very impressed. Solomon, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Claire. It was great meeting you.
Okay, so I actually want to start real quick. We don't have any B-roll of this to show you guys, but Solomon actually sent me some of his books called History Bites. You want to tell us a little bit about History Bites? It's really cool.
Sure, thank you. Yeah, so I started History Bites when I was 12. It was a series I wrote for kids my age. I had wanted to do something related to history because I was always passionate about the great stories of the past, Ronald Reagan, Wild West, things along that line. And there was no book that I wanted to, like the kind I was thinking, which would engage kids at a very young age instead of a textbook, instead of a book that would stay on a shelf and remain dusty. The History Bites series bring history to life for kids with fun facts and pictures and vocabulary. And the chapters are bite-sized, so just a few pages. They cover hundreds of people and events from all different time periods. And I have the time.
Even if it's like a homeschool kid, no matter who you are, I was going through these books, and I'm actually really excited to use them with my daughter when she's a little bit older. She's 18 months now, so it might not. But you never know. They're never too early.
Sure, I've had as young as preschool use them, and the great thing is I've had folks from all walks of life tell me they really enjoyed them. Grandparents reading them for themselves or for their grandkids, and I've had kids sleep with these books underneath their pillows. That's how much they like them, and that isn't a pat on the back to me. It's just showing that history can be fun if it's presented the right way, because they're just good stories. Right. I mean, I'm going to film in Antarctica in January about Ernest Shackleton and Robert Scott. Some of these stories from history, if they happen now, they would be viral events, but because they happened 100 years ago and they're black and white photographs and the people didn't smile, they might not be interesting to people. But I think presented the right way, we can re-engage kids to love history like they did 100 years ago, 200 years ago.
Clearly, they're engaging in the right way. I was enjoying reading them. There's one on U.S. presidents, very Bannon coded. There's a couple on different. What's the one on? I guess it's important people in history. There's like 2 volumes of that one.
Yeah, it's got actually what I think is a stupid title. I want to rename it on the next edition. It should be called Famous People History Bites Volumes 1 and 2. It covers famous people, some of the most world-changing historical figures from ancient times to modern day, of all walks of life: scientists, explorers, inventors, politicians.
Yeah, I saw that. I think it's really important to kind of have that broad range. I noticed that you didn't shy away from certain characters. You're just like, I think it's infamous and famous people, so that was pretty cool. We're going to mention that you had a YouTube channel.
Yes, it's called History Bites, and I started it about 10 years ago to go along with the History Bites series. I have around 150 videos that correlate with the sections of a lot of my books about the presidents and major wars, and name dropping alert. But I've got, I think, are some pretty cool interviews. I talked to Mike Tyson, Jane Goodall, who passed away recently, very sad. Some other figures as well, Mike Huckabee, Jocko Willink, and we'll be posting more content over the next few months. My father and I film a lot together. We really stand hard to contribute our separate content together, which is really going to the ends of the earth. I'm really grateful for that. And it's just having a lot of fun. I mean, history's fun. It's not history. It's stories that happened in the past. All that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So you've written a lot of books. We won't get to talk about all of them today. I know that you mentioned to me that you actually wrote a biography about J.K. Rowling.
That's right. I'm currently wrapping that one up. Through Skywars Publishing, released my biography on Alan Dershowitz.
That's Tony Lyons?
Yes, Tony Lyons. It will be the first complete biography of J.K. Rowling. It's coming out in April. If you can believe it, as famous as she is, the only other book available about her was published 25 years ago. It's wildly inaccurate and out of date, given the fact that it was published before even any of the movies, the Harry Potter movies came out. J.K. Rowling has an amazing rags to riches story, one of the best ever, and I was able to interview relatives of hers who'd never spoken before. I was able to get dozens of full-color pictures that had never been published, and I'm really excited about that. She's become quite a controversial figure. You know, she used to be totally loved by the liberal side of the political aisle. Now she's totally vilified, absolutely vilified. She went from being a goddess to a demon. That is not an exaggeration.
Calling out some of the trans issues, right? What was that about?
Yes, so J.K. Rowling, this is very public information. J.K. Rowling was physically abused by her first husband and was sexually assaulted in her 20s. So she views this issue of transgender people in women's bathrooms, in women's locker rooms, in women's sports. She views it through that lens of allowing potentially predatory individuals into women's spaces, and she points to examples like Isla Bryson, who was a transitioning woman who was sent to women's prison, even though he was a man, before he was sent to prison, being raped to women, then transitioned and then was sent to women's prison. Examples like that. The trans
makes sense.
Sure. And the trans side of the aisle, I spoke to folks who disagree with J.K. Rowling because I wasn't trying to push a narrative in the book, but just tell her story objectively. And you can read the counter arguments to J.K. Rowling's position in the biography. Tony Lyons always tries to counter both sides of the issue in all the books he publishes, and I try to do the same thing too.
Absolutely. Okay, so before we get out of here, we have 2 minutes left. Do you want to tell us about Legal Gladiator? I'll show you guys this book here. I've got a reflection. It's the Legal Gladiator. This is about Dershowitz, correct?
Yeah, the one and only. Yeah, and when I say one and only, I mean this guy has to be a candidate for the greatest lawyer ever, but certainly in American history, he did 300 cases. He represented 2 presidents in impeachment trials, both Clinton and President Trump. And I was very grateful to have spoken to President Trump for this book. I spoke to O.J. Simpson a few months before he died. I spoke to Jared Kushner, Woody Allen, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And, but that's not but it's not a reflection on me, it's a reflection on Dershowitz. People on both sides of the aisle were willing to take time out of their insanely busy schedules to talk about him. And he started off in his early life what you would call a loser. He was terrible in school. He was poorly behaved. Friends and his own mother thought he was going to amount to nothing. People said, "Oh, you'll be a great whatever." I'm not saying that these jobs aren't good, but they said, "Oh, you'll be a funeral manager or a salesman at best." And he went to college, and his mind was allowed to explore all different avenues, and he just blossomed. He was the youngest tenured professor in the history of art law school. Just an extraordinary person involved in so many controversies.
So you guys look up Legal Gladiator. This is by Solomon. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Claire.
We look forward to having you again. All of his works are being published by Tony Lyons at Skyhorse Publishing. Shout out to Tony. And yeah, check out Solomon's stuff, especially History Bites. Would be a great gift for Christmas, for grandchildren. We'll be back from the break shortly.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, ride your bike. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it.
If you're happy and you know it, smile big and bright. And it's all because of generous people like you who support Shriners Hospitals for Children every month.
All you have to do is call the number on your screen or go online to loveshriners.org right now with your monthly gift.
Because of people like you, Shriners Hospitals for Children is able to make an everyday miracle happen for kids like me. If you're happy and you know it, then show it out. If you're happy and you know it, wear your shot.
If you're happy and you know it, and your face will surely show it.
If you're happy and you know it, take your shot.
And when you call or go online right now to donate $19 a month or more, we'll send you this adorable Love to the Rescue blanket as a thank you and a reminder of all the smiles you're bringing to kids' faces every day.
Will today be the day you send your love to the rescue?
When you call the number on your screen right now and give as little as $19 a month, just 63 cents a month, you'll be making a life-changing difference for a child, just like Sarah.
Your monthly gift today could change your life forever.
Because of you.
We are happy and we know it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please call or go online right now to give. If operators are busy, please wait patiently or go to loveshriners.org right away.
I'm a J6er. I spent 1,143 days in prison.
I'm a J6er, and I spent 3 months in jail and about a year in prison.
I spent 4 years out of an 18-year sentence in prison.
J6ers have been smeared and defamed by the media, persecuted by the government, and treated like terrorists.
In reality, J6ers are patriotic men, mothers, fathers, sisters, and brothers from all walks of life.
Stand in the Gap was founded to stand in the gap for J6ers working to rebuild their lives after being incarcerated.
We need your help. For just $10 or more, you're helping these patriots with mental, physical, and spiritual health.
Scan the barcode at GtaV.com. $10.
Economic is deemed matched up to $50,000. It'll be right back. Go to J6.com and donate today.
This family or your own.
It's free.
Media are speaking out.
How we can get our app right now is totally free. It's right around exclusively my content 24 hours a day. And it's thinking how to get people's life.
Download your app now.
Sign up for free.
All right, I'm Claire Dilly. We're live from the Children's Health Events Conference 2025, Moment of Truth. Why is this the Moment of Truth? Because Secretary Kennedy is in HHS, getting stuff done in Baja Action.
Hello. What can I do for you? Okay, going dark. You've got 1 minute.
Is now an official voting base that, in my opinion, will have the ability to swing elections. We saw that happening with Trump. Kennedy joined Trump, I was one of those people that would have voted. So be full disclosure, would have voted for Kennedy. And those things change, obviously. So moving forward, you guys, we have someone who I have known for a couple of years who's with me. Her name is Catherine Austin. But before she joins us, I wanted to actually talk to you a little bit about virtual, because this is so Catherine coded, as Gen Z say this day. If you want to invest in gold, virtual is definitely the place to go. Inflation jumping and $36 trillion now time of Bible. So we times bam into 98 information we're not missing source of options. An existing IRA or 401k into an gold. So there's lots of options. Definitely check them out. And speaking of investing, I have Catherine Austin Fitz here with me. Catherine Austin Fitz, tell us a little bit about your background. I think you were a presidential cabinet.
So I was a partner member of the board in Wall Street and became Assistant Secretary of Housing, FHA Commissioner of the first Bush administration, and then started an investment bank that was very successful. Unfortunately, we were stopped in fraud and litigation. The Department of Justice was hoping to stay mortgage fraud. And then I created, when I'd always been an extremely private person as an investment banker, but during litigation I had to move on with it, so I had just constantly asking questions. These questions were just so to publish that, and our subscriber service and legal freedom inspired life, or actionable intelligence for a freedom inspired life. And then I have an investment screen company, Smart Investment Screens, which helps screen trading stocks for essentially screening out
organized crime. So when you're saying organized crime, what are we talking about here?
We're talking about companies whose business model is systemically fraudulent.
Okay. So Catherine comes from, I would say, the deep state.
Yeah, I would.
You would? Okay.
I was right in the middle of my whole life.
Yeah. A former deep state member who has left and gone AWOL. I think you now live in,
I was booted out by the deep state.
Because something that Catherine talks about a lot is actually we're in a database system, and things don't actually have to be the way they are. We don't have to try to get debt.
If you go back through history, so if you do a complete history of monetary policy and practice, there's not the single best currency, believe it or not. It's a well-governed currency. Is not debt-based. So the number one problem with fiat currency, a fiat currency is a currency that is not tied to a particular commodity. So it's basically typically created by a sovereign government, and it's tied to ensure that whatever the level of growth is, that you have enough paper or enough currency to transact. So it's really tied to economic growth as opposed to
Absolutely. Before we get into actually what you can do, want to dive in straight into, I think, what is your bread and butter as being someone who's edited your show on CHGTV before. Catherine Austin Fitz has a show on CHGTV called Financial Rebellion. Week on Thursday. They're live at 10 Eastern Time. Catherine is usually famous. They talk about digital IDs, currencies, anything that's happening in the news. Her take on it, what you can do. And I think one thing I love about you, Catherine, is that you always offer solutions. And so we're going to get to that a little bit later. But first, I want to actually talk about this central idea, which is that we are building our own digital business.
if it goes into place, I see transitory concentration. Start shifting our money. I always saw this right being in Washington, and it's really a situation of how to see protests outside the street on Pennsylvania Avenue. He says, let's face the money against the security. Also changing Oval Officer who's in a particular list. But one of the greatest political solutions is we just stop building machines and control and shift our time. And you can do it. That's what we'll be talking about on Sunday. Why are power by complying with digital ID systems? Many people for central bank digital currency, but the U.S. has just passed the Genius Act, and they're planning on issuing privately. It's a program. One of the things we're doing is we have new legislation. We're working with states who are passing laws to stop CBDC, both foreign and domestic. Now we're coming back around with new model legislation to say it's called the Payment Protection and Transparency Act, and the goal is to stop all programmable money, whether private or public.
Absolutely. I love that you guys are trying to create solutions on Solari, moving towards that. Before I dive into more action, now that you're just bringing that up, how do people find out more about this work?
So if you come to Solari, the first thing you'll see is a banner for a 60-day cash campaign, because a digital ID and programmable money can't snap into a control grid unless you have 100% digital system. And so we're doing everything we can to encourage people to do analog orders, to do cash, to do checks, to do money orders, to barter, anything in the analog system. It can be large enough and important enough so you can't get into that multi-transaction business. So this is a cash campaign. If you go down the page on the Financial Transaction Freedom website, you can find a wealth of information and solutions, and why stopping programmable money is very much in your interest and very doable. We just have a briefing every month for legislators, and the next one, November 13th, is going to be on programmable money to help you understand and encourage everyone. Sign on up for your state legislator, because our unique constitutional construct is states can start this. So
why should people, I don't like focusing on being angry, but why should people be angry about this? How could it react so highly? So I'm going to give you a couple of examples. Okay. So you have a beautiful baby, right? Imagine getting a call from the government and saying, Claire, unless you transgendered your baby, we're going to turn off your money. How do you feel about that? And it's not very hard. Unless we are mandating a vaccine a month, and unless you take your child in for a vaccine every month, we're going to turn off your money. Another great example of 15 minutes, the whole 15-minute city kind of construct that, different cities around the world are trying out, where they try to keep everyone within a 15-minute grid, and if you leave that grid,
your money won't work.
Your money won't work, right? Because you're a parasite to the world, because you're contributing to climate change, and you can only use a certain amount of energy. That goes into energy credits.
Okay.
Pretty
well. That's what you say, but the reality is, it permits the few to control the many.
Which is elitist.
Well, just like the pandemic created 500 new billionaires, imagine how many billionaires you can create this way. And with automation and robots, essentially, their view is they don't need everybody. And if you look at the lifestyle they want to enjoy, if everybody let that lifestyle, it would be very environmentally challenging. But if they want really a two-tiered system, this is how you enforce it.
Absolutely. And your solution, Catherine, is is pretty simple. There's a lot of things you can do, but
There's thousands of things you can do, but what you need to understand is we don't have an economic problem. There is a way to build a wealth-building civilization that ends poverty and provides dramatic new prosperity. New technology can create just an unbelievable amount of wealth and prosperity, but it has to be with a construct of, sort of win-win for all. So we have two potential models. We have a model of freedom and prosperity, or we have a model of complete control. And the complete control is better for a certain group of sort of tech billionaires and oligarchs.
Absolutely, Catherine. And that's what we're doing here at CHG. You can find her on the Financial Rebellion every week. We're going to be back after a short break.
Hey, did you find the manual?
Yes.
Some intel.
Ma'am, American Home Show now provides video chat with live repair experts for home fixes over the phone. Let's go fix that up. Okay, Dale.
Thinking about Medicare? Think AMAC. Medicare can be complicated, but AMAC makes things simple. Our licensed agents provide free, unbiased guidance to help you find the plan that best suits your needs. But that's not all AMAC has to offer. AMAC is America's leading conservative advocacy and benefits organization, guided by the principles of faith, family, and freedom. So when it comes to Medicare, it's so much more. Think AMAC.
People who are struggling with this social conditions, if you ever want to allow your Christian faith to rise and to do something for God's chosen people, now is the time.
This is the help. She's 9 years old.
This is what she had to eat for today.
She has Wi-Fi, water.
My mother was killed by the Nazis. I was an orphan. I didn't know, oh God. But now, with the cold, hungry heart, I pray for food to the God of heaven help. There are good people there to love you.
See the tears. Scripture says joy can come in the morning, and you can be the reason. Right now in Ukraine, elderly Jews are trapped in unbearable poverty. If you will bless these hurting children of Israel, you will receive God's blessing in return. Your urgent gift today of $25 will help rush the survival food box filled with life-saving essentials. Call and scan or go online now.
I'm not exaggerating when I tell you. I don't know how much longer she could have lived in the rest of God.
I can't even grow my food anymore. What will happen to me? I'm doomed to starve.
Tens of thousands of elderly Holocaust survivors in the former Soviet Union are living in extreme poverty, hungry, and forgotten. But through the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, we can bring them hope.
You say to them, yes, and we're here to show.
Please don't delay. Call, scan, or go online now.
Did you know that thousands of authors across the country have written books and published them with Page Publishing? If you've written a book, Page Publishing can help you through the process. We cut through the confusion of the publishing world to make it easy for you.
Call or scan for your free writer's guide today.
Remember, I'll do anything as long as it's legal. Ish. Good to see you, boss.
We are live from the Children's Health Defense Conference, the Moment of Truth. Alright, we are live from the Children's Health Defense Conference, the Moment of Truth. We are live.
You thought about giving me some shares, boss?
finishing a refreshing lager.
Lager, the official beer of fame or shame.
It's a lie. Just followed some poor guy into the loose so he could show him his lager.
Imran, hey, it's been like 5 minutes since you said anything. You're paid to talk, buddy.
I'm here in association with Flow Water. Flow Water.
Hey, let's take a minute for the troops and for disabled people and for sick pets and for ugly people. They suffer the most of all. And speaking of ugly people, is William a pimple on America's ass or a charming gnome in its garden? Fame or shame? Anita!
I think shame. Which is a shame. You do know that I've got 2 degrees, both in finance.
When I feel anxiety, I visit Hill Farm. After my dad got sent to jail, they foreclosed on our farm, too. Hold on, wait a minute. Listen, I've still got to vote for William.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we've got one more vote on fame or shame. Hugh!
I going to vote. Fame. Fame. America needs power ballads sung by top talent with exciting backstories like you. I'd like to sign you to my record label and make you a star. First, please, will you do me a favor? What? Anything? What? Do the honors. Get us out of here and take him out. What? Punch him in the face.
You're looking very sharp, boss.
Joining us. You guys can find her info at the Solari Report. Like I said, you can find her show every Thursday live from chd.tv called Financial Rebellion. Catherine, we'll see you next time.
Thank you, Claire. Thank you for everything you're doing.
Thank you. So you guys, we're going to cut to a short clip from a documentary that I produced with Naomi Wolf about transhumanism. There's a familiar face here.
Come in, unit. Unit, come in. Stop the vehicle. You're under arrest.
Just a small joke for you. It's me, Vincent. I've got something for you. I know how much you appreciate some unofficial police business. These assignments are strictly off the books, and my colleagues on the force are too preoccupied with their circular jerkerbations to pay any attention. I need some boots on the ground, someone I can trust. Consider it. Hit me up and I'll be in touch.
World Economic Forum to Silicon Valley. Prominent thinkers at Harvard, at Oxford, at Cambridge, MIT, University of Washington, a number of public figures, political figures are kind of hinting at it. You see this idea that technology can and should be used to enhance and transform the human being. Whether it's called transhumanism or not, has become profoundly influential among our leaders and among the people.
No, we are basically like a species of ants. We live in a huge colony in which each one has this tiny role to play, and we cannot survive outside the colony. And this will only increase in the 21st century with computer interfaces and biometric sensors and so forth. So we will be a hybrid of biological thinking and non-biological thinking, which I do believe has already started. These devices outside our body are already a cycle.
A built-in personal assistant could be implanted right into your brain.
Ultimately, we're going to merge with artificial intelligence and connect our neocortex, that's the outer layer of the brain, that's where we do our thinking, to the cloud.
It is very likely that within, say, 50 years, all the bodies, all the brains will be connected together to a network.
The Internet of Bodies.
And you won't be able to survive if you're disconnected from the net.
When we admit that some appropriate computational system is what the basis of intelligence is, and we admit that we will improve these systems continuously, we admit that the horizon of our mission very likely far exceeds what we currently know. And we have to admit that we're in the process of building some sort of God. Now would be a good time to make sure it's a God.
Technologies like vaccine passports, social credit systems, and job automation have the potential to undermine our privacy, freedom, and autonomy. In the wrong hands, technology can be used to control, manipulate, and exploit people.
Science is replacing.
Alright, you guys, if you want to watch that full documentary, you can find it for free on my website, clairedooleyfilm.com. I think it runs around 25 minutes or so. It's about transhumanism, what you should be afraid of, what you should not be afraid of. Technology is a tool that can be used for good or bad. Joining me now is Dr. Mel Young. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's great to be with you, Claire.
Yes, so we're just actually chatting a little bit about your background. Could you share with some of our viewers what your background is? You were originally an internal medicine doctor.
Yes, I practiced internal medicine in Florida for several years before I got elected to the
Member
US
of the
House.
Beast with lyrics.
I retired from the U.S. House and then went back to my practice. I'm still practicing part-time now.
Member of the Beast with lyrics.
Number of the Beast with lyrics.
Internist, but he specialized in gastroenterology. So we were fellow physicians, but he was very.
The beast is wrath, as he knows the revenge followed. Let him who hath understanding reckon the number of the beast, for he is
What the hell? Jesus
just once.
Shut up, you fat fuck! Let's go! Waitress!
The inside track is open, and the excitement is addictive. Pick your horse and cheer them on to victory.
I know it's overdue, but what can I do, man? Man, you gonna get your money. Stop calling me. The check is in the mail, dog. You on my last
Knock knock, an old sofa, or a broken fridge? It's just that project that's
cause, they never finish. Whatever you need to get rid of, we've got you covered. Giant findable new breeds. From a single item, an entire household of junk. Take just about anything. All you have. Ready to get rid of your junk? Call, book online today for a free, no obligation estimate.
This Thanksgiving, you can count on King Soopers. You get up high quality with our exclusive brands and down low prices. Because at King Soopers, quality and low prices always come together. King Soopers, fresh for everyone.
Institutions have completely failed to come up with an explanation. They say it's not the vaccines, but they don't tell us what it is. And I was told if you go into the Amish community where they don't do vaccines, that the incidence of autism is extremely low. As a matter of fact, a reporter went into those communities and did a survey. And I asked the CDC, I'm on the committee that funds CDC, and I asked them to go in there and check that out. They wouldn't do it. So as a congressman, they can thumb their nose at you. So we have a real problem. I don't really know how to fix it. Okay, now I know this. If Bobby Kennedy can get a lot done, Bobby Kennedy can do a lot of great things, and he already is. And the president can do a lot of great things. But if they lose the House in a year, it's going to get really tough. And so there's a lot of work that needs to be done. And most importantly, the biomedical establishment is stood up and said, we are out of touch with the American people. You know, the Constitution reads, is a people who disagree with the experts. And that was deliberate. The founders did that.
mypillow.com/warroom. Thank you so much, Mike, for joining us. And thank you to the posse for hanging out with me for the weekend of the CHD conference. I hope it was valuable for you guys in some way and gave you some action items to move forward. Monday, Steve will be back. Until then, farewell.
Change from the outside makes something in the inside. Yeah, no, we better.
Makes me feel so much more confident than I have ever felt in my life. Like, that's some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly make them for ourselves as a taxidermist. I'm not an expert in it. It's here to tell us why she says this one's for real. This one is for real, and I'm so excited. Even real. Sagging. Close in, bastard! Found at Shale Rock. And what it does is it takes underneath your eyes and as 10 minutes to restore your It's a real eye with real bags underneath his eyes. My real truth. We're looking on camera. This is absolutely this part. It's amazing. It's good. It's great. It's better. And I my father, you were at home. We got to let me tell you, we were so excited and visibly disappear from you. I'm saying, hey, that. Please send me more. And not only does it look use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger. This is it.
At a $14.95 price, it's the best way to triplex dirt and see it work for yourself at your first application or on the street. Welcome to the show. Good to see you, man. How's everything going up in Las Vegas? Not too real, always ready to fight, Gary. Always ready to fight. One of the most popular hosts. You are my Superman. Thank you. Thank you. The radio and television has done a beautiful life. It's the kind of thing he talks about because he's about common sense. Alan, I see. Where's Wayne? Where's Wayne, Alan? Let's see. I'm Wayne Allen Brooks, second grade. We're the mainstream media. The mainstream media. I have the loudest back mouth in the USA. Vegas. Take the camera. Now on TV too, I do one lineup on Patriot TV, 2 hours a day or more. At Patriot.tv daily from 6 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific. Arizona Daily, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern at Patriot TV, Patriot.tv, GateWayPundit.com, or go to Roswell and type in Wayne Grayson, Wayne Algorithm, or Warzone. All right, it's time for my opening commentary. It is titled "The Fake News Media is Lying Again." Democrat victories this week. Only two things. It's all about voter ID and the Great Recession. Flat report. Mainstream media is purposely lying to us to get ourselves to which Republicans don't get either. Only 1 year ago, President Trump won an electoral landslide historic statistics. He won all 7 swing states. He won over 50% of counties in America. He even won the popular vote by 2 points. But that mainstream media never changed Trump. Sadly, many white people don't be white people white. They red eye hate white male extreme Republicans, and they hate America. It's a toxic combination. The way it works, there's the other fact. Here in the states, the elections are rigged. You hear me? They're rigged. There's no voter ID. There's family ballots with no voter ID required. They have this up. They have ballot harvesting. They have ballot drop-offs. Remember today? Without kids, it's 100% fraud. Their voting have never been clean, and they like it that way. And they use unlimited number of big ballots in order to steal elections. There is literally no way for a Republican candidate in blue states to win state elections. Lasting voter fraud. But then there's the great message. This plan was simple. The Democrats moved with the American citizen vote. Then you can't forget so they purposely left the door open and invited in and welcomed in tens of millions of illegal aliens to change the Democratic electorate. This recording and forcing in the United States, moving into the states where they protect the rights, and police the leadership has been infiltrated by leftists. So places like are turning your answer? Better left to blue states? If the GOP Congress passes voter ID and proof of citizenship for federal elections, we will never leave again. The GOP will be controlling the presidency, House, and Senate forever. So why are we eliminating the filibuster to pass this legislation? A majority of Americans are appalled by the radical, insane communist agenda of Democrats. That's why Democrats cannot win without cheating, and they know it. If voter ID and proof of citizenship is in place, Democrats cannot win elections. That's precisely why there is no voter ID or proof of citizenship, and there are mail-in ballots in blue states to rig and steal elections. But these election integrity laws will never happen in blue states if it's left to blue states to police themselves. That's like putting wolves in charge of the hen house. Only Congress can make this happen in federal elections. And by the way, we're not federalizing elections. These are federal elections we're talking about. We are not interfering in state or local elections. We are protecting federal elections from massive voter fraud. How is that not an issue for Congress? The GOP Congress has power for one more year, and they can end this massive Democrat voter fraud by making voter ID and proof of citizenship for federal elections the law of the land. And instead, they're making silly excuses about federalizing elections. It's time for the rubber to hit the road. Either the GOP wants to win and save America and make America great again, or it doesn't. Either the GOP is real, or they're just part of a uniparty, all playing for the same doomsday team, and it's all one big scam and one big conspiracy against you, the American people. If the GOP Congress doesn't pass these laws in the next year that they've got control of Congress, we will know the answer. All right, sponsor of this segment and the whole show, main title sponsor of America's Top 10 is Energized Health. I joined the Energized Health program in November of 2020. It changed my life and it supercharged my career. You know, I'm Mr. Energy and energized my career. I get my energy from Energized Health. I lost 25 pounds in fat and gained 10 pounds of muscle in only 88 days to start the program. And that was November of 2020, 5 years ago this month. My life's never been the same.
What's up, boss?
Energy, I gained health,
Stay
I gained
safe, boss.
hydration, I got in the best shape of my life, and I gained 4 new TV shows and podcasts at the age of 61. I don't think that's ever happened in history. And I know why it happened because the fat melted off my body and my face. I'm 64 years old, registered on Medicare, and I look younger now than I did at age 50. That's impossible. Who would have first aged until 10 years? Energy Health is my fountain of youth. It reverse aged me. I'll be under the program for life. Take a look at the photos. Me 15 years ago, me today in the gym. For decades, Energized Health has transformed the lives of thousands of people, including thousands of my fans, right here on Top 10. Now, here's your chance to be like Wayne. Energized Health can change your life and supercharge your health just like it did for me. And I hope reverse age you just like it did for me. Right now, Energized Health's offering my fans the more 40% off discount. 40% off, just save more. You go on the same journey as me, but you do it for 40% off. Go to energizehealth.com. That's energizehealth.com. Up next, we start America's Top 10 Countdown.
Powered by Energized Health. Transform your health from the inside out with intercellular hydration.
All right, Wayne Allen Root here with Allen's Power Cert advocate for Great PatriotStore.com.
From us, and better pricing, more reliable service sent directly to your front doorstep.
Now, President Trump obviously doing a great job, but he's being impacted by some things that were from the Biden administration, like inflation. There's still rising prices. There's still companies like Procter & Gamble and Amazon talking about increasing prices. Membership at Costco and Amazon continue to go up. How does your products at Great Patriot Store compare to other national brands?
We're very, very competitively priced. In fact, you take a look, we've got hundreds of products, but if you just drill down our laundry detergent, it's a staple for everybody. It's a patented product. And you get 96 loads of wash for $19.49 versus our competitor. It's twice the price. Our competitors are twice the price in almost all cases of all of our consumer goods. By the way, you mentioned
Anything I can do for you,
membership increasing. Our membership has been the same for 40 years. It's never gone up. Right now, you can get a membership for only $1 for the entire year.
All right, my top reason for buying at Great Patriot is the meat. I love the meat. I love the beef. I love the hamburger. I love the meat. It is fantastic. But I want you to tell me the top 5 reasons why someone would buy from Great Patriot Store now.
Hey, you.
Number 1, you can get underpriced, made by Americans.
First, and you get $1
You fucking idiot!
Fuck, man.
Farewell. Adios. Countdown number 8. inspiring and will not seem to understand how amazing, magical, remarkable, legendary, enthusiastic year dynasty famous and legendary name in the history of politics is take all time disappeared powerless because of President Trump. On the left, smooth block, his biggest critics, the Biden dynasty, gone. The Clinton dynasty, gone. The Obama dynasty, gone. Now the Pence dynasty, gone. The Kamala dynasty stopped. Never even started. 20 in 2024, gone. All disappeared from the scene of all power on the right. The Bush dynasty, gone. The McCain dynasty, gone. The Cheney dynasty, gone. The Romney dynasty, gone. All Ryan dynasty, gone.
Let's go, get back!
Fucking piece of shit.
Hey, move with those guys before you get hurt. Hey, asshole! Sweet Jesus! That's some internet shit there.
All right, nice.
Everything okay? Stay safe, boss.
City is North Korea and China. You want your city to be a place where everyone can know and say, you got it. Your wish is my command. See, here's my idea to run show.